Hey guys, I am Adam. Welcome to the Vintage Sanctuary. I'm going to show you 4 cards, and I have shown all 4 of these cards before, but it just blows my mind. It blows my mind that I have these 4 cards. And to me, they constitute a Mount Rushmore. Now, you know, I'm a fan of multiple grails, so in fact, I loved it when, I think it was Greg, Midlife Cards. Hope I'm getting this right, otherwise maybe I don't want to misrepresent his opinion and throw him under the bus, but I think he asked his dad, what's your next grail? His dad, Mike or Coach, you know, what's your next grail? I like that. The idea of going after your next grail. I know a lot of people say you can only have one grail or one per sport or whatever, and, you know, that may very well be true, but I like to call a bunch of cards grails. I like having multiple grails. I believe in my heart that I've got, you know, a dozen cards that to me would be grails. But of course, that doesn't mean, you know, it all depends on your definition, right? Okay, I'll admit it. I'm very loose and free with that definition, but I'm going to show you 4 cards I'm blessed to have. I've shown all 4 of them before. I consider all 4 of them to be grails in my collection, and I consider them to constitute kind of a Mount Rushmore. You could put other cards on there too. Be kind of cool if people started making their Mount Rushmore video, which would be, you know, maybe their 4 Grail cards or their 1 Grail card and their 3 Dream cards that they have right now. You know, they're 4, not necessarily most expensive, but most, you know, most meaningful to them, or, you know, they're just blown away that they have them. I'm blown away that I have all 4 of these cards. So what I'd like to do is show you again, all 4 of them. And then I would really love in the comments below if you'd tell me if you could only have one, if they were all the same price, you know, maybe different grades so that they're all the same price and you liked all 4, you could only have one. Out of these 4 that I'm going to show, which one would it be? Or would you choose, you know, or would you rank them like 1 to 4? And I tell you, this would be incredibly tough for me. So let me turn this camera around. Let's check these Grail beauties, these stunning Grail, just, you know, Mount Rushmore cards. Let's check them out. Oh, I mean, is that a sight or what? Now, the reason these all cost me about the same amount is because the 52 Topps Willie Mays I got in a PSA Authentic, not Authentic Altered, just Authentic at the 2022 National. That was my huge pickup. Got, I think, a solid buy on it and crossed it over to SGC or sent it to SGC in the PSA holder, and they gave it a 2.5, so I was blown away. So imagine all these cards cost the same amount, and for me, actually, because I originally got the 52 Topps Willie Mays in a PSA Authentic, actually, for me, all these cards were pretty close in cost. And if I could only keep one of them, or if I were forced to rank them, if I could only keep one, you know, which one would it be? I mean, that's really tough. That would be, I could make a case for all 4 of them, and my thought might change on any given day. I mean, right now, yeah, probably the 52 Topps Willie Mays, not just because I think it has the most value probably out of these 4. On the other hand, the 53 Topps Willie Mays, I really, really like the 53 Topps Mickey Mantle, but it would probably be one of the other 3 if I could only keep one. Oh, man. Well, let's check each of these stunners out. So we've got the 53 Topps Mickey Mantle in a fabulous Relic 1.5. So would this be the one that you'd keep? I mean, his 52 Topps card is, of course, you know, out of range for almost every collector. So this would be the first one that's obtainable. And while it's not cheap, you know, most collectors could save and find a lower grade copy that they like. It might take a while. It might be, you know, might have to do some selling, trading, might even take some time. But most collectors could obtain this if it was their Grail card. So would this be the one? If you could only keep one of these 4, would it be the glorious 53 Topps Mickey Mantle. I mean, to me, this set, as far as Topps goes, I think this is the definition of vintage art for Topps sets. And this is the Mick, and that Yankee logo is something else, that red rectangle. I mean, just the oversized Mick here, you know, I just love the painted stadium and sky in the background. Would this be the one? So, would it be the Mick? Would that be your number one? Or your number two, or number three, or number four? All right, let's move the Mick back. And now, let's see, can I move this off without anything falling off? Yes, because I've got Drew's Quality. Drew's Quality custom stands. All right, the 52 Topps Willie Mays. Man, it's tough. This is probably the one for me. This is probably the one if I could only keep one of the four. But I'd be working to get the others back, though, you know. This would probably be my number one here, but it is tough. First Topps card of Willie Mays. You know, he's right up there with the Mick in terms of, some would say better overall player, or maybe Mick was better at his peak, but Willie Mays was better when you factor in entire career. Of course, the Mick had, much more postseason success. And then again, he was with the Yankees. Look at that glorious purple background. This one really pops. Would this be the one? If you could only have one of the four, would this be it? The glorious 52 Topps Willie Mays. Would potential appreciation factor into your decision? And do you think that this card out of the four is most apt to realize that potential appreciation? I mean, after all, the Mantle is through the roof in this set. I know it's a high number, but this is a semi-high, so, it's not like there's that many more of these. So what do you think? If you could only have one out of these four, or if you were ordering them. All right, let's move on. I mean, wow. One of the few action poses in 53 Topps, and Willie Mays is famous for the basket catch. A tough, high number. This is, in my mind, the key card of the 53 Topps set. Would this be the one that you would rank number one out of these four cards? And it doesn't have to be, my copies of these four cards. Like, for example, I love my 52 Topps Willie Mays because I think the sharpness, the surface is so awesome. But again, I noticed that it is off center. That's okay with me for that card because that's a crazy card. I was just, happy to have one. And I love the look of it. But for you, if that centering would bug you, then, imagine you got one that was somewhat better centered so it pleases your eye, even if it had, maybe some minor surface issues or little corner rounding or whatever. So it wouldn't have to be my copy. Would this be the one? Would set completion factor into your decision? Like by getting, one of these 53s, you could work toward set completion or a Hall of Fame run for 53 Topps. Like Joe, Four Soft Corners has the glorious 53 Topps complete set. So would set completion come into your decision? Or would a player run come into your decision? Because after all, out of these four, if you choose the Hank Aaron rookie card, which is on PSA's Mount Rushmore and a lot of people's Mount Rushmore, for all of sports cards, or at least for baseball cards, I think maybe it's PSA's baseball card Mount Rushmore, but for a lot of people, this would be on their Mount Rushmore. And if you have this one, then you've got the key to the Hank Aaron Topps run. So would this be the one? Little glorious print mark up there. This card is insane. This is what I call a Gem Mint 2.5. I know many people have said it. I'll say it as well. I don't care about technical grade. I care about eye appeal. And to me, this card has eye appeal that is off the charts. And I love to get the most eye appeal for the least bucks. And to me, this card represents a whole heck of a lot of eye appeal. So would this be the one? I don't know. Now that I'm holding on to my Hank Aaron rookie card, I'm changing my mind. I'm saying I couldn't let that go. If I could only keep one of these, it'd have to be the Hank Aaron rookie card. I don't know, man. If I did this video every day for the next week, I'd probably choose, I might even choose each of these cards once or twice. Yeah, just crazy. Just crazy. I think I'll close this out while you're looking at the 4 cards. Wow. I am so stoked. Of course, I'm stoked to have, I could be showing a card right now that I picked up recently that I think I paid $40 for that I'm really stoked about. But yeah, I'm so stoked. This is like a Mount Rushmore to me. If I could only have one of these cards, man, it would be it would be tough. Yeah, it would probably be one of the Willie Mays cards or the Hank Aaron if I could only keep one. Although I really, really like that Mick card, so it's nothing against that card. Yeah, now I'm like, there's no way I could let that Hank Aaron rookie card go. But how do I let, yeah, well, I'm thankful. I'm grateful to be blessed to have all of these beauties. Thank you for sharing in my joy. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the Vintage Sanctuary. Take care, my friends.